Hello everyone, we are getting started today with some acrylic paint. You can use any acrylic paint that you'd like. You can use any colors that you'd like. I am just going to place my colors here on my palette, and I'm also going to add some white because it's always good to use white to lighten any of the colors that you may have planned on using, especially for our highlights. So there's the palette, and then these are my brushes. They are so basic. You can get these from the dollar store, and we are painting today on some butcher paper. We had some extra that I just could not throw away, so that is what we are painting on today. It does not have a wax film on it. It has a very textured surface to it, so the paint is going to grab right away. I am starting off with a bluebonnet hydrangea type flower. And I'm just going in small semicircles to make those petals. I'm just kind of doing one round swoop with a medium-sized brush. And my paint is looking a little thin, so I am going to do 2 layers of paint. I'm going to do a light blue and then this darker blue just to kind of give it a little more dimension. If you are doing this project with the littles, you could always outline the flower shape and then have them paint it in, or another variation of this could be using their handprints, which would be so cute. But I really wanted to create realistic looking flowers. So for these smaller ones, I did 3 larger flowers and 3 smaller ones. I really liked how the pink and white blended for the smaller flowers. They kind of look like zinnias or dahlias. So I'm taking a little inspiration from there. And then I'm kind of freestyling on my own with the colors a little bit, making sure that each flower has a stalk and a pretty yellow center. And then I moved on to creating a sunflower. Now, sunflowers have rounded petals at the bottom that come to a point. So the technique for that is basically going 2 strokes per petal. So one side is a curve and the other side meets that curve. Now, after these have dried, we are going to go over it with Sharpie marker and outline any details that you'd like. I'm basically following the shape of the flower and then also the shape of the center. Super important that you wait until these are absolutely dry. So maybe make this a 2-part or 2-day project, because if you use Sharpie marker on wet paint, it will dry out the marker, and we do not want that. After you are done outlining, we are going to cut out each flower. I'm leaving a little bit of a border because I just love the look of this brown paper. So you're going to cut out all of your flowers, and then we'll put it all together. So next we are going to be taping our flowers just to a piece of tissue paper. I had this really pretty pattern one that I wanted to use, so I folded that into fourths, and then I folded over some tape to make it double-sided because I didn't have any double-sided tape on hand. And we are just taping those flowers in whatever arrangement you'd like. I went from largest flowers in the back to the smallest in the front. But that orientation is totally up to you, and you could always make more flowers than I did here. This would make a great gift for a teacher or Father's Day or Mother's Day, just an overall thank you gift. So we are taking that tissue paper and folding it over into 2 triangles to get that bouquet shape. And then I am doing some tape on the inside of that as well as the outside, just because we want to make sure that everything is nice and flat. For our next step, that is tying on this precious little bow. Whatever ribbon you have on hand will work. You could totally tie in the color of your bouquet to the color of the ribbon. And I just love the way this turned out. This was such a happy project. It made me so happy creating it. And I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. Happy summer and happy creating.